Hello, viewers. Here is a play, not just an ordinary play. It's a play I made from a prose. How I adopted Rita and endured the pandemic as an unemployed teacher in northern Nigeria. In this piece, there are many characters, but I will try to narrate the play so that I speak in the voices of the respective characters. Now, in this first part, the main leading character here is Mallam. He walked into the stage. He was dressing casually, holding a bag. He dropped the bag on the table and sit on the chair. He faces the audience. Good morning, everyone. You can call me Mallam. I am a teacher from northern Nigeria in West Africa. Mallam picked his phone and checked the time. He dropped it on the table. Do you still want to hear more about me? Okay, relax. Grab a cup of coffee or water. You will not get the best of me with a beer. So that was Mallam. So Mallam laughs and picked a cup and examined it. He took a 5-liter plastic rubber and fetched water from it. He closes the plastic rubber and walked back to his seat. He drinks from the cup and dropped it. Now, I am clicking 40 years soon. Could you imagine I'm still a teacher? It took me 6 years after my secondary education to gain admission into the university. I wrote my WAEC in 2005 and did IJMB in 2008. In 2010 to 12, I was at the medical college. In 2012 to 2015, Faculty of Agriculture. I have not gained any meaningful employment, talk more of planning for a retirement. I have been teaching with one private schools or the other. The salary was not sustaining. In the year 2020, I went to a private school to fill a vacant space I saw in the advert and met the gateman. So Mallam went to the school to fill the vacant space as a teacher, and he met the gateman, and here was the conversation between Mallam and the gateman. Now who you dey look po? The gateman pronounced F with P sound instead of 4. I would like to see the principal, Mallam said. Now she say make you come see am? Yes. Go inside before that corner. Now the principal office is by your left. The gateman goes into the office. Mallam enters the school compound and sits on a bench, looks about. No one greets him, so he picks a novel from his bag and starts reading. While Mallam was engrossed in reading the novel, the gateman come back. Let's go inside. The principal don't finish with the people. Mallam heard the gateman's rude voice and in a condescending tone. He was trying to reach a full stop in the prose as he was already getting connected to the scene. Due to his reluctance, the gateman said, Shebi na book you go chop? All the one you do for university never do you? I beg come make I carry you go give the principal jare. Even person wey no go higher school be the president. Na you wey go school no get money, you no go fit buy ticket. Na so book una dey read. Abi you be Mongoro Park? The gateman said to Mallam. Mallam dropped the book and smiled. I don't blame you. If I had come with a very nice car, you would have worshipped me. Mallam reacted. Talk am loud. Money na im be the koko, the gateman said. Mallam followed him to the office. The principal was a woman. She wore black veil and eyeglass. Madam, na this teacher won't come see you. The gateman introduced Mallam to the principal and walked out of the office. How may I help you? The principal asked Mallam, "Good morning, ma'am. I'm a teacher. I saw an advert that your management needs a qualified teacher. Which area can you teach?" "I can teach sciences." "How many years of experiences?" "5 years." "Why did you leave your former school?" Mallam wouldn't want to tell the principal that the former school weren't able to pay him, as he was given physics and mathematics to be taught to two sets of class at the rate of 18,500 naira, but he decided to respond like, "I completed my youth service with the school, and they don't have the resources to retain me as a staff." "Can you teach physics and mathematics?" the principal asked. "Yes, ma'am, they are my favorite." "What are your qualifications?" "I had my National Certificate of Education from the African Thinkers College of Education and my Bachelor of Sciences in Research and Statistics at Ahmadu Bello University." "Okay." The principal paused and sought her envelope and took an appointment letter and handed it over to Mallam. Mallam scanned through and saw the salary the principal is willing to pay him. He reacted, "Could you imagine 18,500 naira is the pay?" It was not up to $50. For how many classes? Mallam, that was looking for a work that at least will take him out of poverty, is now getting work that is not even up to $50. Now, when you divide $50 by, let's say, 30 days, you see it's not even up to $2. That means this kind of job still keep Mallam within the shackle of poverty. So when Mallam asked the principal how many classes was he going to be taking for this amount, the principal said, "You are going to be teaching mathematics to junior secondary from 1 to 3 and physics to senior secondary 1 to 3. Mallam paused and said, "This is two-person work. I honestly suggest the salary should be doubled." The principal reacted, "Don't you know there are no jobs in the country?" "Of course, that is why I'm here," Mallam said. Now, the principal paused a little bit and said, "The rewards of a teacher are in heaven, and half bread is better than none." Mallam laughed, said, "I will manage the little salary till I get a better paying job." The principal reacted, "The private schools are like a barrack. Teachers goes, teachers come. You can begin work on Monday." "Thank you," Mallam said. While Mallam was walking out of the scene, he began to speak in monologue as, "If the reward of a teacher should be in heaven while they render their services here on earth, I will have to die to get my reward. When I go to the shops or market to buy things, they will not sell what I need for me at a lower price because I am a teacher, nor will they let me pay them when I get the reward. I need my reward here on earth. I don't know what I will be in the heaven. Give me my reward here so I can do my job better." That was the end of that scene. So the following week, when Mallam resumed the school, he was in one of the senior classes trying to teach them physics, and he went to the board and wrote electricity and magnetism on the board. Then he started, "We are going to treat magnetism today. Two electric charges at rest exert electric forces on each other." He was speaking to his student. "According to Coulomb's law, that when the charges are in motion, the forces are not the same. The difference is said to arise from the magnetic forces between moving charges in addition to the electric forces between them." The students paused. Some of them were trying to reason along with what Mallam was saying. The students, some of them looked puzzled, some were taking note on their exercise book. Mallam continued, "The fundamental interaction between charges is the electromagnetic interaction." Mallam paused and looked around. He imagined the students were attentive. Some are still taking note. He said, "I have friends all across the globe, but I have never boarded an aeroplane. I know all of them through the application of the electromagnetic phenomenon." Mallam stopped and stared around. He faces the audience. "My best wave, the electromagnetic, which connects me to the universe. Here from Nigeria, I can reach my friends in Ghana, Zambia, Morocco, Kenya, South Africa, Asia, Europe, and America. Through the potential of this wave, and gravity pulls and hold me to the center through the Earth's revolution. Mallam paused. Some of the students applauded, some were cheering and laughing, and some were mocking him as the cloth he wears doesn't show that he belonged to the class of people who should have friends around the globe. Then one of the students now asked Mallam, "You have friends around the world. You do not dress like a world traveler. How are you affording to travel to such places?" Mallam stand up and faces the student. "You do not hear well enough or understand well enough to know that I'm speaking of my ability to communicate using the internet. These are things you should know. You cannot know these things if you are not properly educated." So one of the students said, "So between money and PhD, which would you prefer?" Mallam paused and picked his phone and examined it. He said, "I will choose knowledge." Then one of the students reacted, "What is the use of knowledge in Nigeria? Many with PhD but have poor lives." And it is true. Here in Nigeria, some people with PhD, but they are still looking for a job. A master, you know, degree holder, a master student, last time in a school, he was being offered to be teaching same classes at the rate of 25,000 naira, which is not even currently up to $30. So can you see the situation Mallam is in? Now follow on and let's continue to get this piece. So Mallam look at the student and begin to enlighten them. As he said, "Between money and knowledge, which would you choose?" He asked the student. "A person might be rich in terms of money, but lacking in knowledge and the wisdom that comes with it. When I was at your age, I was not thinking about money nor riches. I was ambitious to become a surgeon." How many non-educated richest person have you heard of in Nigeria? One of the richest person in Africa had some form of education which helps in multiplying and preserving the riches. Without education, you will be confined in darkness and not able to realize your full potentials. Mallam said to the student, and most of them paused, trying to reason along with what Mallam is saying. So it is very unfortunate now. Look at in Nigeria now as a teacher, upon spending a lot of years acquiring this training, so the stakeholders are not taking education seriously. You see a teacher receiving at worst 30,000 naira, or at most in some of the private schools 30,000. Even the professors, some of them are not even receiving enough to be able to, keep doing extra research work that will bring innovation to the development of the nation. So they were just like that, and the menace of this behavior now is prevalent. Everybody is trying to cheat everybody in every little thing you do. Even the man in the street selling yams, selling other food stuff, will cheat you just because he felt it is a kind of new normal. So after Mallam have taught with this school for like 3 months, that day he went to meet the principal demanding for his pay. Mallam met the principal at the office and said, "I am here for my pay." The principal said, "The proprietary has traveled. Please be patient. We are going to pay the salary as soon as she returns." Mallam said, "I have been here 3 months. I have rendered my services to you and the students, and I should be paid. How can I survive on no money and just promises? Should I go to these shops and give such excuses? I know they will not give me goods on credit." The principal said, "You have no choice but to wait." Mallam sat down on the chair and faces the principal. "When I was younger, I went to school and learned, while others were doing what they liked. Now, when it comes time to be paid for what I have learned, in order to educate our children. You act as if you are helping me, even when paying me far less than what the job is worth. The principal reacted, well, I see your dedication is limited as you are not coming in when you please. As you are not coming in appropriate time, you come in when you please. Why are you late today? The Mallam was angry, hoping the principal would have given him more consoling words. Then the Mallam now responded, the helicopter you bought for me to be taking myself to the school refused to wake up this morning. That is why I'm 10 minutes late to the school for the first time. The principal seems not to hear Mallam's response very well. She asked again, why did you come late? Mallam now rephrased his word and said, I was in Keke tricycle, but the man from whom I get a ride keeps roaming about with me and other riders as I cannot pay enough for him to take me directly to the school. Now look at that. Out of the 30,000 naira he is receiving, shattering Keke will cost you like 500 or more. So if you keep doing that for like 1 week, you see the 5,000 naira will not even be enough for you to run the transportation fee to and fro. Talk more of eating and doing other things that will make you function very well toward giving the best of service to the schools. Now here is what the principal said. We don't tolerate late coming. If you know you can't abide by the rules, be ready to leave the job. Mallam's anger flared. If that is how you see it, I'm leaving today, Mallam said. Okay, hand everything over. If you quit, why should I care? I can get as many as I want, just like you. Easier than you can find another job, the principal said, and concluded, now you can leave. Mallam paused a while and said, I had earned before 13th March. How about the little money I had earned from 1st March? The principal said, you are not entitled to anything. Mallam said, okay, no problem, take care. While he was leaving the scene, he continued to talk. I no longer want to serve with this kind of management who don't understand how human beings like me should be treated. I wonder why my country is not serious with the same institutions that all great nations cherish so much. Here in this society, they kill their geniuses with poverty. They are not recognized nor ever appreciated until they receive acceptance from outside the territory. The principal who was listening to Mallam's said, you are not outside the territory or successful. Mallam said, your successes in Nigeria can only be measured by having successes outside of Nigeria. If we are to build a country for the future, to rise ourselves out of poverty as a nation, it must begin with dedication to education, the kind of dedication that goes beyond just saying education is important, to one which supports the same access to learning for all students. The very foundation of this effort does not rest primarily on the newest buildings or the latest technology, but with long-term teachers who are dedicated or can dedicate themselves to the betterment of our children. Mallam said and continue. This can only be accomplished through proper pay for the teachers. Teaching is a noble profession. It is one which deserves respect. The beginning of that respect comes in the form of proper compensation. We are not beggars. We are not saints. We cannot work when we do not have enough money to support ourselves and our families. We serve the greater good and the highest ideals in society. We have every right to expect that those who employ us should serve the greater good as well by making it possible for us to have a living wage. The principal said to Mallam, do you think parents pay for a private education for their children not to get an advantage? Your high ideals are not an advantage. Getting the proper certificate is the advantage, and that is what we enable our students to obtain. Okay, by cheating, Mallam said, You sell the future of Nigeria out to cheaters and in the process try to make me do so as well, and for a pay that does not even make me a success, the success you say you want for your students? The principal paused and said, idealism is misplaced in the mind of a teacher here. It is not about the idealism of how a child can succeed in a perfect world. How many people do you think get ahead, get into universities here, get good jobs here based on merit? Though the education these schools offers will sell advantages. And if we are not selling advantages, then the parent will go to some place where the advantages are for sale. What you are paid is the price that can be sustained. There are many schools competing for the parent who will buy these advantages. If you think you can make more money at another school, then go and do so. So that was that. Now look at the whole situation a teacher is undergoing here in Nigeria just because he chooses to be good, while some are there in the street doing other devilish things just to make money. But the teacher tried to give his energy in building the future generation. But look at what the management of our schools are subjecting the teachers to. So for now, I'm going to stop here, and in the next subsequent piece, I'll continue from this end. Thank you for watching.